भवतु सह नौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यसेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ प्रज्ञानां सुप्रतानैः स्थिरचरनिकर व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुङ् मायया भोजयन्नः माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि। यो विश्वात्मा विधिज विषयान् प्राच्य भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् स्वमतिविभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः पातु सो नः स्तुरीयः पातु सो नः स्तुरीयः। ओमिति एतद् अक्षरमिदं सर्वं तस्य उपव्याख्यानं भूतं भवत् भविष्यत् इति सर्वमोङ्कार एव यच्च अन्यत् त्रिकालातीतं तद् अपि ओङ्कार एव। सर्वं हि एतत् ब्रह्म अयम् आत्मा ब्रह्म सर्वं हि एतत् ब्रह्म अयमात्मा ब्रह्म स्वयं आत्मा चतुष्पात्। So Atma is Chatuspat. Chatuspat means it has got 4 padas, and there the 4 padas are waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, and Turiya. These are the 4 parts. And this Atma has 4 parts. That is really the topic of discussion in the second sloka. So on that we are on that Upanishad is further telling that it is Jagarita Sthanah Bahisprajnah. That means he is taking the first one, that is the waking state. Jagarita Sthanah Bahisprajnah Saptanga Ekonavimshatimukha स्थूलभुक् Vaishvanarah Prathama Padah. Then he is telling in the waking state, the entity who is having the experiences is called the Vishwa at the individual level. The Vishwa is the ego in the BMI chart, the PFT is the ego. The ego is the experiencer. Experiencer is there in the waking state. Experiencer is there in the dream state, in the deep sleep state. And of course, Turiya Avastha is there. In the Turiya Avastha, there is no ego. In the waking state, the name of the experiencer or the name of the ego at the individual level is called Viswa, is the Viswa. And at the total level, it is called Virata or Vaishwanara. Okay. So now the here it is told Jagrita Sthana Bahisprajna Saptanga Ekonavinsatmukha Stulabuk Vaishwanara. It is not telling Viswaha, it is telling Vaishwanara. Because this is the style of the Mandukya Kariga. Otherwise, it would have been like 8 padas. The eight factors would have been there, like Vishwa and Virat. Vishwa is at the individual level, total level is Virat. Then Pragya at the individual level, then Hiranyagarbha at the total level. Then no, sorry, Vishwa and Virat. Then Taijasa and Hiranyagarbha. Taijasa, the name of the ego at the individual level, the dream state, and the Hiranyagarbha at the total level, the name of the ego. Then in the deep sleep state, the name of the ego at the individual level is called Pragya, and the name of the ego at the total level is called Ishvara. Total 6. Then 2 in the Atma, the Sakshi at the individual level, and the Sakshi of the Ishvara at the total level. Total 8. But here it is told only Chatuspat, 4 parts. It is not telling Vishwa Virat separate. It is not telling Taijas and Hiranyagarbha separate. This is the style of the Upanishad. This Upanishad is that it doesn't talk of two. It doesn't talk of the individual and totality. It talk of only one thing. Because this is called the Eka Jiva Vada. Eka Jiva Vada. Bahu Jiva Vada means where in the Sankhya philosophy they believe that every individual, every body has Atma. And the Atma in an ant is smaller, and Atma in the elephant is bigger. That way they tell. Okay. But Vedanta is completely Ekajivada. Ekajivada means there is only one, whether it is physical or it is subtle, only one body. Means all gross body is one body. For example, like now how we are considering, it is my body, that is his body, that is her body. That means we have to take care of, we have to know 3 different bodies. Like at home, suppose wife is there, husband is there, 2 children are there. Then how many there are 4 bodies are there, and we think each body is different than the other body because they look different, their size different, their color different, their style different, their needs are different. So that way we tell, that's why we tell it is my need, that is his need or her need. We differentiate. We have to consider everybody as different from me. But in truth, it is only one body is there. There is not 2 bodies. There are not 3 bodies. There are not 4 bodies. Like how the land, we are making it like it is my land, it is his land, it is her land. This is America, this is Australia, this is Africa, this is Mexico. How we are making the division. Actually, it is only one land. All these boundaries what you have made, it is kalpanika. Kalpanika is just imaginary. It is not really there. There is only one water body is there, and we are telling that there are 7 oceans are there. This is Pacific, this is Atlantic. It is only one water. Okay. So in Mandika Upanishad, if there is all the gross bodies are converted into one body. This is called the Eka Jiva Vada. Otherwise, what will happen? Suppose I am there, I realize that it is told in the Tattvabodha, like how to analyze this body. This body is made of Panchamahabhutas. Okay, and how the prana is created from the Panchamahabhutas, how the gross body is created from the Panchamahabhutas, how the subtle body is created from the Panchamahabhutas. This gross body is created out of the Panchikruta Panchamahabhutaihi Krudam. It is made out of the five elements which are grossified. Now my gross body is created out of five elements. Then it will be told all these five elements have come from Maya, which is Trigunatmika. From the Maya it has come. From Trigunas, Panchamahutas have come from the Trigunas, and Trigunas are nothing but Maya, and Maya has come from Brahman. So we are all, I am Brahman. So this is the way the Vedanta is telling. Then now I am Brahman. The doubt is I am Brahman, but what about my spouse? Swamiji, I have realized, I understand that I am the Atma, but what about the other person? So it really doesn't help us at all. People become very arrogant. They tell, I do know I'm a divine person, I am Atma, but the other people, they have not realized this was their own Atma. And the world is different. I don't know what is my relationship with the world. So the problem will not go away because I have understood that I am the Atma. It will not go away. Upasama, this Prapancha Upasama, so far as my body is concerned, I have done, but I have not done the Prapancha Upasama of all the bodies and the world, the body of the world, of the creation. For that reason, Vedanta, this particularly, this is the style of the this Mandika Upanishad is that there is only one body. We have to analyze only one body. I don't have to analyze the other body or the body of the world. I don't have to analyze. Just analyze one body and reach the Atma. That's all. Please keep that in mind because we'll come to that. Now it was told that it is Atma is Chatuspat, and this Vaishvanara is the first pada. Vaishvanara is the first pada. And what is the other name for Vaishvanara? It is called Jagrita Sthana because it is available only in the waking state. That's what it is called Jagrita Sthana. It is called Bahisprajna because it knows everything other than the Atma itself. That's why it is called Bahisprajna. Its attention is always in the external world. Then it is called Saptanga. It has got 7 limbs. And I hope you remember what is the head of the Vaishvanara? The Murdha is the Sutejaha. It is the heaven. Heaven is its head. It has Saptanga. 7 limbs are there. Then its prana is Pruthak Vatma. Now, Chakshu is Vishwarupa. The eye is the sun. Then prana is Prutha Brahma. Prutha Brahma is the air. Then the trunk is Bahula. It is the Akasa. The head is the heaven, but the trunk is the Akasa. Then the Bastireva.
Bladder.
The bladder is the water, and the feet is the Prithvi. These are the 6 limbs, but another limb is the mouth. Mouth is
Fire.
Agni. These are the
Agni.
7 limbs. These are the 7 limbs of the Vaishvanara. Now that means it is not talking of Vishwa at all. It is talking of directly of Virata. Virata and Vaishvanara both are same. The purpose is to make the, otherwise if the head, it would have told this is my head. Asya Dakshina Paksha, Uttara Paksha, like that would have been as told in the Taittiriya Upanishad. But here head is the heaven. So the Purva Pakshi, then it is told that it has got Ekavana Vinshati Mukha, that it has got 19 mukhas. This mukhas means these are Upalabdhi Dwarani, through which one eats, through which one takes something in. That Upalabdhi Dwarani. What are they? Five Buddhindriyani, five Karmendriyani, five Bayavaha, then Mana, Buddhi, Ahamkara, Chittam. These are the total 19 mukhas, 19 mouths. Mukhani va mukha. That means that as though they are working like the mukhas. They are the entry point for different things. And some are directly in connection with objects of the world, and some are indirectly. Karmendriya, let us say hand is the Karmendriya. Karmendriya is not, it is helping the to bring the object for the eye. That's why it is also considered as mukha. It is indirectly it is doing. But eyes are directly seeing. Through eyes we directly see, but the hand helps to bring that object in front of the eyes. Or the leg will take us to see the tree, so that through eye I can see the tree. So they're indirectly helping, but leg cannot see. But leg will help us. Okay. The so it has got Ekano Vinsati Mukha. Then Sthula Bhuk. It will always enjoy, it will always experience the gross objects. It cannot enjoy subtle objects. Only in the gross form, which can be perceived through the senses, only this Vaishvanara will experience only the sense objects, which are the object for the senses. Vaishvanara can only experience them, gross thing. Subtle thing it cannot experience. Okay. So whenever like somebody will touch us or pinch us, at that time who is experiencing? It is this Vaishvanara is experiencing. But in the dream, if somebody has pinched, that experience will be not by Vaishvanara, that will be by some other ego. That is a different one, that we'll read later. This is one thing keep in mind, because the next person will tell this thing. So it will be easier for us to understand. Next thing is, it is called superimposition. Adhyasa, superimposition, adhyasa. And of course, you have read in the in the Tattvabodha, one word called adhyasa and the other word is called adhyaropa. You have read that in Tattvabodha. Okay? Because to really understand who we are, we have to use that method of adhyasa and adhyaropa. Adhyasa and apavada. Adhyaropa and apavada, adhyasa and apavada. Apavada is same in both the cases, but somewhere it is told adhyasa, somewhere it is told as adhyaropa. And let us try to understand these two terms. Adhyasa means without anybody telling us, we have got some idea regarding ourselves. We have understood ourselves to be somebody without anybody telling us. And then we have understood ourselves to be somebody by hearing from somebody. There are two ways. For example, if we will not go to school and will not talk to anybody, still we will have some idea regarding ourselves, who I am. I'm a nice person, or I'm not a nice person. I'm a happy person. I'm not a happy person. I'm fortunate. I'm unfortunate. Even if nobody has told, but still will feel. In the house, even though one is born in a very wealthy family, still one child may feel that I'm so unfortunate. Nobody has told to that child that you are unfortunate and you are good for nothing. Nobody has told, but that child is telling to himself that way. or herself that way. Or I am not beautiful, she's more beautiful than me. Like that. Even if nobody has told. Who told you? You are two sisters. She's beautiful, you are also beautiful. No, 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 I am not that beautiful like her. Will tell. Even though nobody has told that thing to that girl. This is called adhyasa. Adhyasa means a an idea we have superimposed on ourselves. And that idea is created by our own thinking. This is called adhyasa. Okay. That means self-imposed identity. Adhyasa is self-imposed identity. But the scriptures also it talks regarding identity. That identity is called adhyaropa, not adhyasa, adhyaropa. Adhyaropa means superimposition and adhyasa means also superimposition. Both mean the same, but adhyasa is self-imposed. But adhyaropa is that is imposed by the scripture. Okay. So when we read the Tattvada, you must have paid attention to that. Like I am telling that I am this body. I am a male or I am a female. I am beautiful or I am ugly. I am a good person. And that good and bad, forget. That is in the subtler level. But I am a beautiful person. I am a man or woman. So then, if I am thinking that I am the man, then I am not a woman. That means in the entire humanity is now divided into two categories, the man or woman. Whenever there is duality is there, either there will be anger will be there, jealousy will be there, greed will be there, lust will be there, passion will be there, fear will be there. Dvaita, wherever there is Dvaita, these things will always be there. Where we think that is true, like how now the we are all human beings in America. Okay, if we all of us would tell that we are all Americans, then there's nothing wrong. All of Americans. But now we are Democrats and Republicans. You know to what extent it is going? To what extent? People are ready to kill the other person. Doesn't matter. The Democrats they think that these Republicans they are not worth living. They are too arrogant. That kind of thing. And the Republicans think that these people are a burden. They have come and taken our country. I don't know how many things may be done. It will, of course, now what we are seeing in the TV and all those things, it is not. It has not happened one day. It is happening for so many years, and this is the culmination. Somebody is there to fan that, either for the benefit or whatever. But it is there. It is there. Same thing at home. Also, I'm a man. Oh, she's a woman, or I'm a woman. He's a man. Then how that man has to treat me because I'm a woman, how he has to treat me, or the man is thinking, okay, she's a woman, how she has to treat me. So that is it in our mind. It is there already. We have decided. So when we have that idea, we have entirely converted in the entire humanity into two groups. Then when the scriptures tell that we are all one, it will not make sense. It will not. It will not make sense. We'll read because I'm already thought that I'm a man or I'm a woman. If you tell her to go all women are one, then to some extent I can take it. There's a possibility. But if you tell that no, the woman is the man too, it is not easy to take. Not easy to take. That's why there should be rule for uh, women's rights because too much we are gender oriented. Too much. We have given so much importance to a particular gender, particular part of the body, not the entire body. And then we want to live in harmony with others. It is just not possible. It is just not possible because we have created a division. And as parents also, we tell that, you are a boy, she's a girl. When they are born, their children, they don't know who is a boy, who is a girl. Without the dress, even they will be moving and they will be playing. No problem at all. But when this mantra works with them, okay, she's a girl because a little older now, she looks different, and this boy also looks different. You will see that how much of attraction they will have. They cannot function. They will be their relationship, that purity is gone completely. Their relationship will be now based upon lust, passion. Previously, it was all there is one. So, what Vedanta is telling, Adhyarva means all the bodies, you are the body, no problem. But all the bodies are made of five elements. Now the man and woman both are gone. My body is made of five elements, that body is made of five elements. So there is identity is there. It is not that my body is different from, when I think that somebody is different than me, then only anger, greed, passion, fear will come. Then one has to think, when we see a boy or girl, how our mind is getting corrupted. But if we think that, okay, that body, what is it made of? The same flesh and bone. This body is also made of flesh and bone. This is made of the Panchamahuta. That body is made of the Panchamahuta. So what is really the attracting thing? Is it that flesh is attracting the flesh? Or the bone is attracting the bone? Or the blood is attracting the blood? Who is attracted by whom? One will think in this manner. And scripture does that. It puts that idea. Adhyarva means put a seed in our mind. Ropa means to put the seed. And then it will become a tree. Then that idea grows in our mind. And even though we have not realized Atma, that I am that consciousness, but physically also we are all one. There is only one body there, not my body, his body, her body, there are different bodies. No, it is only one body. The wave in the ocean is not different from the water in the ocean. The water in the wave is not something apart from the water in the ocean. I belong to the totality. I don't belong to this body. He is not an independent of the totality. He is not independent than the other body. It is all the bodies are one. Like in the so far as our body is concerned, there are so many limbs are there, hands are there, legs are there. But the hand doesn't think that I am different from this body. The hand will do everything for this body. The leg will do everything for this body. The eyes will do everything for this body. Because they think that it is there. Otherwise, the eyes will do, I have nothing to do with this body. I will see, I will not see something which will be beneficial to the body. The tongue will not cater to the body. That way, why we eat too much and we eat all junk food and then we take drugs and we the smoke, ganja, then we meat and all the wine. Why we are taking? Because the tongue is telling that I have nothing to do with this body. It is angry with this body. It wants to maintain a different identity. We may not think that, oh no, I'm not thinking that I am different from this. No, yes, otherwise this tongue will only it may have its own tests and all those things, but it will not consume anything which will be detrimental to the health of this body. Like we have come from India here. If all of us we think that we are Indians, not South Indian, North Indian, this Indian, that Indian, no, all of us Indian, then we will not do anything which will bring bad name to our country because I belong to that country. And if we see any person, I may be from the northern part of India and somebody from southern part of India, I will not tell her, okay, he is North Indian, he is a North Indian. No, identity will be in a total level. So my love for everybody, like when we are working the mission, Different people have got different talents. Different people, some people will do, some people will not do, some people will create problem too. Different people. Some people will give more money, some will give less money, some people will come regularly, some people will come one day or once in a while they will show up. There are different types of people are there in the mission, but all are Pujya Gurudev's body, Pujya Gurudev's hands and legs. Whether it's children, whether it's teachers, whether it is executive members, whether it is a Swami, all of us are his body. So we will not do anything which will bring a bad name to Gurudev because we belong to him. That is called the totality, that idea. If we understand that really my body is belong to the God's body, then we will not do anything through this body which will take me away from the God's body. Always I will try to find. That's why it was serve God through this body. So, whereas body is concerned, serve the God, serve God. Then my relationship with the Ishwara's body is maintained. That means if Ishwara's body is Chaitanya Swarupa, not it is not made of bone and flesh and urine and fecal matter. So we will also feel the same thing. Just by we are relating our physical body with the physical body of the world of the entire creation, but we'll understand it is easier to understand that I am that consciousness. Okay? Because there will be no raga and dvesha. There will be no love and hate relationship because all bodies are belong to one body. Or we tell that, like how tell this is my brother, this is my sister, this is my dad, this is my mom. So we are four. Or five, whatever. But then other families, I have nothing to do. Then fight with them, or argue with them, or don't help them. If they're going through some difficulties, I have nothing to do because I have no connection with that family. But no, we are one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So always the idea of totality, there is nothing called individuality. Same thing with the mind, it will come at that time we will read. Now we will concentrate only on the physical part. So here there is no description of Vishwa at all. Only description is regarding Virat. But then this Purvapakshi means who has got the opposite argument. Whatever is told here in the Bhashya, that it has got Jagata Sthana, it is Bahis it has got 7 limbs, it has got 19 mouths, and it is Sthula Bhuk, it enjoys gross objects. It is Vaishwanara. And Vaishwanara, we saw the two meanings. One is Vishwesam Naranam Anekadha Nayanat Vaishwanara. Vishwesam means all. Nara, beings, Naranam, all beings. Who leads all beings in different directions as per their karma. Depending on their karma, this Vaishwanara will lead each and every individual to get involved in a particular kind of action. That is one meaning of Vaishwanara. The other meaning of Vaishwanara is Yadva. Yadva means a different meaning. Vishwaha cha aso naraha cha ite Vishwanaraha. Vishwanaraha eva Vaishwanaraha. The other meaning is who is with all the bodies. That is called Vishwanara. And Vishwanara is equal to Vaishwanara. That means the cosmic Purusha, the Virata Purusha. These are two meanings. So the opponent is asking, is telling, Katham ayam atma brahmeti pratyeg atmanah asya chatuspatve prakrutte divlokadinam murdhadi angattvamiti. What are you talking of? You are describing, you are going to tell regarding Atma, Katham ayam Atma Brahmaiti. How the Atma is Brahman. That was the discussion, isn't it? I am Atma Brahman. That was the discussion. Katham I am Atma Brahman. Then you should tell regarding that. Katham I am Atma Brahmeti is Brahman. Pratyak Atmanah Asya Chatuspatve. And how it was going to describe the I am Atma Brahma? By telling that Atma is Chatuspat. That way it was explaining. By telling that Atma has got four padas through this Chatuspata. By taking this example of these four padas, it was going to tell regarding the Atma. Okay. Pratyagatmanasya asya chatuspatve prakrute dilokadinam. Then while describing the four padas, Atma has got four padas. In that, when it was talking regarding the first pada in the previous previous Bhaksha, there it was told that its head is the heaven. Then here the Purvapakshi is telling, what are you talking of? You are telling the Atma regarding the Pratyek Atma, the individual self, its head cannot be the heaven. It is just a too much. The head is this, not the heaven. Our head is not heaven. So what are you telling? This is the argument the um, um, the Purvapakshi is telling. And Bhagavan Shankaracharya, what he has written, he is called Uttarapakshi. Uttarapakshi means who is telling in favor of the declarations teachings of the Upanishad. He is called the who is telling that okay, what Upanishad is telling that is correct. Purvapakshi is telling that what the Upanishad is telling that is not correct. So it's a opposite argument, but the purpose is to arrive at the same conclusion, in favor or against. But to establish the truth, one has to tell, like suppose this is mango. One can go, this is mango. Then other way, this is not a jackfruit in a negative way. But one will reach at the same conclusion. So when the Purvapakshi asks this way, how prakrute divlokadina buddhani angatvam, how it is pratyek atmanasya, that means of the individual self, how the heaven can be the head. He asked this question. Then Bhavan, then that is it is just too much. The Purvapakshi says too much that one's head cannot be the heaven, and the feet at the earth. How this is just whatever one writes, just one goes on telling, and that we will study. Then the Bhashyakara is telling, Bhavan Shankaracharya is writing the commentary, Naisa dosaha. This is not a defect at all. If the Upanishad has told that it is the Saptanga, in that Saptanga, one Anga is the head, and that head is the heaven, it is now Aisa dosha. Of course, other things are there. I'm not putting everything, the head and the trunk, and not putting those things, because he has the student is the opposite the Purvapakshi is giving the example only the head. That's why we are talking regarding head. But all other things are also there. Naisha dosa. This is not a defect. There is no flaw in what Upanishad is telling. That is head is the heaven. It is not a flaw at all. Who is telling? The Purvapakshi is telling to the Uttarapakshi is telling to the Purvapakshi. Who is in favor of the Upanishadic teachings, that person is telling to the person who is against. Against that doesn't mean that he doesn't believe in the scripture. No, he is bringing different arguments. Whatever one is telling, he is telling in a different way. The Upanishad is telling from the standpoint of totality, and this Purvapakshi is telling from the standpoint of the individuality. One is talking from the macrocosm, one is telling from the microcosm. So everybody has a vivaksha. Vivaksha means a um, um, intention. Whenever one is writing a book, there's intention. This is called vivaksha. So this Mandukya Upanishad's vivaksha may be different from Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad will reach at the truth in one way, but Mandukya Upanishad in a different way. Every book, every scripture has got a particular way of explaining. So Bhagavan is telling, na esa dosa. This is not a defect at all. When it is told that the head is the heaven, it is na esa dosa. There is no problem at all. And but he cannot just tell that, he has to explain why it is not so. Sarvasya prapanchasya साधिदैविकस्य अनेन आत्मना चतुष्पात्वस्य विवक्षितत्वात्. Vivakshitatvat means the intention behind this kind of declaration, behind this kind of teaching, that the head of the Vaishvanara is the heaven. Here he is not talking of Vishwa, but the student is asking in terms of the Vishwa. But the Upanishad is telling from the standpoint of the Vaishvanara. He is not talking of Vishwa, because Vishwa is not different from Vaishvanara. Does it make sense, or it is becoming very complicated? Please tell me if you are really understanding, then show me like this. Yes, it is clear.
Swami, you need to explain the last sentence more.
Yeah. See, when we are trying to understand ourselves, let us say ourselves, always we are trying to understand that I am an individual who is different from others in terms of the physical body, in terms of the mind. I have a separate mind, and everybody has their own mind. My mind has no connection with the other mind. My body has no connection with my body has no connection with the other body. That way we describe ourselves, that I am a separate identity, physically and mentally. But in Mandukya Karika, he's telling there is only one body is there. There is no his body, her body, mountain's body, tree's body, fish body, bird's body. Only one body is there. Like how one land is there. We are creating that my land, his land, her land. Only one land. Okay. By that, what will happen? It will analyze only one body. When we analyze one body, then we'll arise at the Brahman, and everything becomes Brahman at one time. Otherwise, first I am to analyze my body. This body has come out from food. Food has come from earth. Earth has come from water. Water has come from fire. Fire has come from air. Air has come from space. Space has come from Maya. Maya has come from Brahman. Oh, that Brahman is really here appearing in the form of this body. That way I realized. But what about the other person? I only analyze this body. Again, I am to analyze that body. That body has come from food. So then we will tell, okay, this Brahman and that Brahman. That means it is one. So it is then the same way we have to do the analysis or the viveka of the creation too. Because the creation is a much bigger body. It is not like small body. Or elephant is a bigger body. So in Mandukya Karika, only from the beginning it is only one body, not his body, her body. Only one body is there, and analyze one body. Did it make any sense now?
So that's how Swamiji, Vishwa and Vaishwanar are one.
Yes, there is nothing called Vishwa is not talking here at all. There is nothing called individual. Like when it is talking of how we tell that this is a wave, this is water. But he's telling only water.
Yes, okay.
Only one land. There is
And that is
no
a Vaishwanara.
huh?
And that is Vaishwanara.
Vaishnava, physical,
Physical.
the physical thing, the physical aspect.
Swamiji, there is no heaven, there is no earth, only Vishwanara is there. It's just an analogy we are giving, right? The head is
Yes,
heaven, there is no heaven, and there is no earth, only Vishwanara. This is an analogy only, right?
no.
No.
See,
No.
from the head,
Uh-huh.
like I'm telling, only one head is there. Because when you tell heaven, heaven is a cosmic thing. Okay, not my head, his head, her head. You know, my head works better. That will not make that kind of decision. Only one head is there.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a cosmic head.
So Swamiji, that part is clear. We explained that. But the last sentence, the Purva Paksha question was, how is head equal to heaven? So are we trying to say that if you if you put all the heads together, that is heaven? Like if you
No,
put
no,
all
no.
the
So now we're telling this one is my
Yes.
head,
yes.
but the student will tell no, the entire heaven is my head. Like
Okay.
you will see that so many sadhus, they will stay in the in the forest or something, and if you tell that okay, you have no house, nothing, how can you stay? They'll no, I have a house. And what is that house? What is the roof of the house? If you have a house, they will tell you the sky is my house.
So
That's
Okay.
the roof.
so are we saying that at a total level, all the heads are equal to heaven?
No, that is a way of telling.
But is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah, the Upanishad is trying to tell this is not my head is not, don't identify with one the little square round kind of thing. The entire heaven is my head.
So,
So-
Swamiji, that's Hari Om Swamiji.
Hariom.
So far we have understood that what it's trying to say is that the cosmos form, the Virata Purusha form, which is Vaishvanara, that includes all gross bodies.
Yes, and there is
So,
nothing called individual body.
individual
That is-
body.
Individual
Yeah.
bodies are not there. Like
No,
how we see
yeah.
that okay, he's a man, he's a woman.
Yeah.
This is my brother. My body is different from. There is no not like that, because we
Yeah.
are telling the same thing. Land is telling this is my land. That is your land. You don't cross my land.
So it is basically saying that all gross bodies are in it, and actually they are not. Actually, they appear
Not in it. Only one gross body is there.
one. So that means it is. There is no separation. That's what.
Separation.
There is no
Yes.
separation. Yes.
Yes. Identify, if you identify the body, identify the total body, because there is nothing called individual body and total body. Only one body is there.
So, Swami, that's a Advaita, no duality. There is only one.
Right.
It is come separate. Now
So
it is, so physical, from the physical aspect, only one thing. Advaita means there is no distinction between total gross body, total subtle body, total causal body. That is Advaita.
So are we saying that total head is heaven, equal to heaven?
Not equal to heaven. Heaven is the head. That's all.
Heaven is the head. And
Heaven
that is
the
one.
head.
And
Huh?
that is one limb.
One limb. Yes.
So if I were to describe my true self, then like for my stula Surya, I'll say the heaven is my head, the
Yes.
Chakshu, the sun is my eyes,
Yes.
the
Yes.
prana is the air,
Right.
the
Right.
Exactly.
feet are the Prithvi. So
Mm.
that's my description.
Yes, that is our
Exactly.
description. Yes, Upanishad is trying to tell that don't limit yourself.
Yes.
That you are only this,
Yes.
this 4 feet, 5 feet thing.
Yeah. But actually what we are is even beyond that, isn't that, Swamiji?
Beyond that, will be told later. That is
Later.
Turiya is coming. That is the
Yeah.
fourth pada. It is we are discussing on the first pada.
Okay.
I hope it makes some sense.
So,
So don't
Swamiji,
limit yourself.
heaven and earth is just an analogy, which is actually everything is cosmic, right?
Hmm.
It's just an analogy we giving trying to describe
So
the
feet,
one
the
person as a.
the feet is the total earth. Feet is not like this 2 inch, 3 inch square inch area, whatever. That is not the feet. Feet is the total earth. Is like
Yes.
Then what happens? Like how individualistic. Now you can see that for one person, how many things are going on for one person. because the person cannot sit on that chair. They haven't, all are for me. If somebody is going against me or somebody is not helping me, then they are completely, I have no connection with them. What happens to them, I don't care. That happens to each one of us. All of us have that mentality is there. I don't care what is happened to that person. Even my brother also, I will not care because he looks a different person, different body. But if it is one body, the hand belongs to that body, the leg belongs to that body, the ears belong to that body. They will not do anything which is detrimental to the welfare of this body. They will not do anything.
It will only, there will be only love, because what else
Yes,
can?
exactly. Physically also, we love everybody because only one body is there. I will not tell that, okay, oh, my love is like this much, and for that body, I don't how he looks. He looks like a lame person, and this color, that color. How we hate them.
So Swamiji, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam idea comes from this kind of.
Yes,
I
Yes,
see.
that's what I.
that is from the standpoint of the family. When we are taking the
Family, yes.
only one family is there, and when we eat food, always we tell. Mata is the Parvati Devi, Pita Parameswaro. Pita is the Parameswara, Mata is Annapurne Sadapurne, Sankara Pranavallave, Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham, Bhiksham Dehi cha Parvati. Mata cha Parvati Devi, Pita Devo Maheswaro, Pita Devo Maheswaraha, Bandhava Shivaganasya Swasthana Bhavana Prem. There it is told
Yes.
that our Mata is Parvati Devi and Pita is the Lord Shiva. All for all. Now we tell, oh, no, this is my dad, that is my mom, that his dad is this. No, our dad, there is only one dad and one mom.
That is the uniqueness of
Automatically,
our religion.
not religion, it is that is truth.
Yeah, I mean, not religion, but I am saying that's what our teaching.
Yes, that is our teaching.
For
We
our
tell that
life
this
is
means that
different.
they will fight with the other person. They go, he belongs to that family, I belong to this
Yeah.
family. And then we read Upanishad. It will not work at all. Because from the very beginning, our idea regarding even our gross body is not correct.
Yes.
Swamiji, my body and total body is in one, right? My body and total body is one only. Yeah, that
Yeah,
once
that
you
is
convert my
only-
body to total body, then my body distinction goes away.
Yes, only one body is there.
Yeah.
Always if one is thinking that way,
Yes.
then how we love this body, we love the other body the same way. How we take care of this body also, if somebody is, one body is suffering, then one will take care of that body. You know, Swami Chidanandji of Divine Life Society, who is our Puja Gurudev's Guru Bhai. Have you heard of Swami Chidanandji?
Yeah,
Oh,
he,
yeah.
Where you have seen his pictures?
he came to mission.
Yes, he came to mission. Yes, exactly. After Puja Gurudev attended Samadhi, he had come. And
Exactly.
it is there in our prayer hall, in the
Yes.
old prayer hall, it is there.
Oh,
Chidanandji.
yeah.
You know what he will do? Swami Shivanandji, they are disciples of Swami Shivanandji, Swami, our Gurudev, Swami Chidanandji. And they have a Kusthasrama in Rishikesh, Kushtha. The leprosy patients are there. So what he will do, he will give food to them, he will feed them. And there are some people, they have no hands and legs. It is so, it has gone to that extent. Okay, hands and legs, the pus is coming and all. So they are kept there. But they are human beings. Their eyes have become like this because that is too much. But he will not have any kind of hatred. He will give them the food in his hand and he will take the food, same food. And there is one leprosy patient, he was really very severely affected. And he became like one bundle of flesh only, that's all. It has, everything is eaten completely. The hands and legs are completely eaten. But he has got a lot of love for Swami Chidanandji. He will feel very happy. He cannot talk at anything because of the disease, but he will make some kind of sound From that sound, that means he is very happy. Whenever Swami Chidananda will come, he will go to the Kushta Ashrama because he goes to all the countries and everything. Then he will go to Kushta Ashrama first. When he lands in Rishikesh, he will go to the Kushta Ashrama first. And he will meet everybody, and he will meet this person too, because he has got really true love in his heart. He is not bound by that body. Okay? Then he had gone to one country, Swami Chidananda, and this person, leprosy patient, is at the last moment of his life. He has to leave the body. Okay. I don't know how Swami Chidananda came to know he has to stay for a longer time. He cut short his journey and he came to Rishikesh. Then he gave water to that person, then when he left the body. That means so much of connection. He didn't feel, actually, now why will go to that extent? The doctors and nurses who are treating this corona patients, COVID patients, not corona patients. Just imagine if they will be afraid of their body, they cannot treat them. They cannot treat them. It is impossible. To some extent, they are able to keep that away. Of course, they are taking precautions and all those things. That I am not telling that. But they don't feel that, okay, he's a dangerous person has come. I don't want to touch. I don't want to go. If that kind of thing, I will die in no time. Some people are there. They are able to. They are not at that time. They are not considering themselves as something different than the patients who are affected. They want to take care. Some kind of oneness is there. My brother, my sister, or my country people are our same human beings. I want to help the human beings. They are not creating a distinction. No, he's from India. He's from this person, Pakistan. No, they are treating everybody. Some kind of, to some extent, they don't have that idea of difference. To some extent. Of course, firstly, if they pay the money, then only all these things come. If they are not paying the money, then everything will come. Okay, that is, I'm not talking of that aspect. Anywhere, if mother is not thinking all the children, like 7 children, 8 children, 9 children are there, if mother is not thinking that all these children are my body, they have come from my body, they are not different from me, then she will not cook for them. So much of work. That parents, they take care of the child. Why they taking care of the child or children? Because they think that the children are not something different than us. Why husband and wife, they will fight? Because they think that, okay, she is a different body, I am a different body. Then you have your own account, I'll have my own account. You have your own parent, I have my own parents. We create these divisions. And then we'll say, okay, let us, there will happen. It cannot be. It is just not possible. It cannot be. Because we are trying to divide everything. Same thing with the mind. When the mind comes, we will discuss that. But physically, there is only one physical body. There are not 2 or 3 or 4 or hundreds or millions. Na esa dosa. When it is told that the heaven is my head, it is not a flaw, or the earth is my feet, it is not a flaw at all. Sarvasya prapanchasya sadhidaivika. Sadhidaivika means related to Devaloka. Devaloka means heaven. The heaven, it is here called as sadhidaivika. Sadhidaivikasya anena atmana chatuspatvasya vivakshitatvat. The intention is sarvasya prapanchasya sadhidaivikasya. That means the entire phenomenal world of this Atma, the gross phenomenal world of this is the body of this Atma. To include that in the one pada, all the physical body is in one pada. And then when we negate that pada, automatically we become Brahman. So at one time, everything is Brahman. Otherwise, I am Brahman, but he is not Brahman. People ask this question, suppose I will realize that I am Brahman, but my wife is always getting upset with me and she is really bothering me. But what will happen to her? She will be Atma too. It is not that only you will be Atma and she will be remaining Anatma. This problem will not be there at all. Sorry, I am coming here and become spiritual, but the world is not spiritual. I'll be nice, but the world is not nice. That means I don't want to be nice at all. I'll fight with everyone. Vivakshitattva, that means the intention is to include all the gross bodies in that one, in that pada. Okay, not an individual body. It is the first pada is the gross world or the waking state. In the waking state, the gross world is there. That is the Sthula Bhuk. That is the gross world that Vaishvanara enjoys. So to include in the one pada, that's why it is told that the head is the head. So it is not a flaw at all. That is the style of the Mandukya Karika. So it has to only negate one gross body. It need not have to analyze millions of gross bodies and tend to arrive at a truth. One shot, everything is gone. There is only one total gross body, which is called total gross body. And this gross body is illusion. And so, truly, it is only Atma alone is there. So, in one step, it is a one-step process, not multi-step process. Evam cha sati sarva prapancha upasame advaita siddhi. Sarva prapancha upasame. Upasame means when it is discarded, when it dissolved. Sarva prapancha, the entire material world, a material body, when it is dissolved, advaita siddhi, there is advaita siddhi, that means only one truth is there. At one time, one reaches the truth. Advaita tells, you know, I am the Atma, but the world is not Atma. Because I think that my gross body is different from the world's gross body.
So Swamiji, this makes our contemplation really easy, you know, to think.
This is the way, yeah.
This is the way to do contemplation, yes.
Yes. Instead of thinking that this body is me, this body is me, this body is me, all are different from me, you're thinking that there is only one body is there. And this body is just like how the wave is not different from the total water body. The same way, this gross body is not different from all the bodies. Look different, but actually it is one body is there. That is called contemplation. When you do contemplation, this is called, I was telling, Adhyaropa. Adhyaropa means I am considering myself as the body, but as the cosmic body. That is the Adhyaropa. Then when the Adhyaropa is done, then we have to do the Apavada. Mutual superimposition and subsequent negation. It has to be negated later. And if it is one body, to negate one body is much easier than to negate millions of bodies. Sarva prapancha upasame, he is not telling eka prapancha upasame, sarva prapancha upasame. When the total gross body is dissolved, Advaita Siddhi, there is only one truth. That's all. And then one may tell that you are just telling from your own mind. The Purvapakshi will tell that you are just blocking from your own thing. Is there any scriptural sanction? See, always truth is defined in the scripture as which has got Shruti, Yukti, and Anubhuti. These three things, if they merge in one thing, then that is the truth. Whatever Shruti is telling, by logical analysis, we also come to arrive at the same conclusion, and our experience also tells the same thing. If these three things come together, then only it is called truth.
So Swamiji, Yukti means
Logic.
Conviction on at the intellectual level.
Logic. Yeah, by Yukti means logic. By logic is always the property of the intellect, and that logic has to be done by the pure intellect. If our logic always goes by, like how we are telling, No, there is corruption everywhere, there is vote fraud, and
One-
everything people are telling. There is
Yeah.
nothing, but everybody is telling that. That is not the logic. Logic is where there is no bias, then one
Yeah.
is doing the logic. There is no Raja and Desha, then
Yeah.
one is doing logic. Then Bhavan Shankaracharya is quoting
Swami, what's the third one? Sorry. Shruti Yukti and what's the third one?
Anubhuti,
Anubhuti. Thank you.
direct experience. Whatever scripture is telling, we are also coming to the same conclusion through our own logic, which is called manana. And then our experience also tells that, confirms that. Then it is called truth. So Bhavan Shankaracharya, in order to tell that Sarva Prapancha Upasame Advaita Siddhi, wherefrom we are telling, then Bhavan is quoting from the Isavasya Upanishad that we will see next time, where he is talking of the total body and not individual body at all. And how to the total body we can reach the Advaita, that one truth, one individual truth, that we'll see next time.
So I can see Bhagwan Shri Krishna has kind of, in a very summary form, has explained all these things in Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Upanishad, we are going much in detail.
Yes. Same thing if we read the commentary on Bhagavad Gita, same thing will be told there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are reading from the Puja Gurudev's lectures, so that's why we are not going detail. But if you read the Bhashya, Bhashya will tell everything. There is no,
Yeah.
it will tell in detail. So we'll see next Wednesday. Thank you so much. And pranams to each one of you, Anandji, Kausi Bhai, Padminji, Prakashji, Rituji, and Ajay, Gopal Krishnanji, Kanchanji.
Swamiji, last time you had asked us to give the
Okay.
definition of
I think
Atmahata.
today you have prepared. Today you have prepared, I think.
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay, since you have prepared, let us see. So we'll ask.
Sthula
somebody-
Sukshma Karana
No.
Sharirat.
First I'll ask somebody, then I'll ask you. Then
Okay,
everybody, please show your. Let me see everybody's in the. Remove
Video.
that spot. Let me see everybody. Anand.
Stula Sukshma Karana Sharira.
No, I'm telling. Remove the spot.
Oh, remove the spotlight. Yes, Swamiji. Yes.
No,
You remove the
no,
spotlight.
where I can see everybody at one
You can
place.
put the gallery view, Swamiji.
Gallery view.
Gallery. Gallery we show everybody.
Where I'll go? Okay.
On the
view.
right corner, there is.
Okay. Yes. Now I see everybody.
Everybody.
Where